don't know if that's Amelia. I'm guessing that's Amelia. Have you changed your hair, Amelia?
I got my throat slit one time. Yeah, I was really talkative.
You're not Amelia. Never mind. You look shockingly like Amelia.
You know what I'm saying? And then, well, you don't have to test the knife because it might have 5 other people's fucking fingerprints on it. So we ain't gonna include that or the tape.
I'm gonna crash out, chat. I'm gonna crash out.
And then your client walks free.
Yep. Boy, that's a dream for defense lawyers, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
the minute someone says evidence has been missing or not been submitted, that's like a boom.
They only have to include it if they think
I was
it's
an
relevant.
attorney where I came from for like 3 years, almost 4. And my
We don't have a lot of fingerprints, so
the
why
person I
bother?
learned a lot from where I in that city was her name was Nancy. She was kind of like an old lady, but she was a steamroller in court. She actually had a sports car, and on her license plates it said Brady. Yeah, I loved it. It was very clever.
I'm like Chipley, like I'm done with CID. I'm done with CID until we get like more shit involved. Like this shit's like I try not to grift. I try to stay as positive as I can. But when there's some things you just give a subtle nod to because we don't have a mechanic. There's no way to fucking leave a note. There's no way unless you do a scene. He didn't do a he slash me'd. He slash me'd the note onto him. That motherfucker slash me'd the, you know what I mean? So it's like, do I take a screenshot of the slash me? I can't use body cam. I set the recording and there was no the entire interrogation was inconclusive. He mentioned little things of irrelevance to me, right? So why am I gonna like okay. Like am I gonna write every word he says down? Like is that what I have to do? Because I'll do that. I will, I guess. I just didn't find anything that I considered evidence.
Didn't they try to object to it or something because it wasn't in evidence?
Well, it's not necessary.
Yeah, it wasn't evidence.
Like we can't use recordings. Like we can't use recordings. Civs can't use recordings. Everything's supposed to be discussed and RP'd out. So when you flip that and then you like, well, why didn't they submit a recording?
But this one is directly a
Like we can't. Like this is stupid now. Now it's stupid. And like if he gets like, if it was legit and like he got away, be a technicality within the law, not the fucking mechanics that I have as a cop.
Yeah, what's your name?
Like, come on.
Nice to meet you. I'm Thunder McLock.
I know. You say me. I got a few questions.
What is it? 2 days ago?
I think 2 days ago. Sometimes it feels like an eternity.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't yesterday.
The trial took an eternity. The trial took longer than this has taken so far. And it was over just a kidnapping.
Yep. I got dropped anyway.
They're definitely leaving shit out. I kill them just on what they didn't do.
Just hope it's not against
see what you did do, but what didn't you?
Oh, I want it to be against Croc.
Are you trained again?
Seems fun. I miss his accent.
Actually, I want to go against him again soon.
You did that.
Because it's definitely a lot of learning.
Everyone here, their voices are just too calming.
Alright.
Yeah, we want to use it. It's a lot of
Appreciate you, Leo.
very, I guess you could say hectic, so you have to learn how to keep control.
I don't know, guys.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it's.
constant barrage.
I feel like mechanic cucked right now, which I never expected to be in Prodigy of all places.
I mean, the reality of it is,
Mm-hmm.
we've proved that he is guilty,
which
with
really helps.
him having the knife with the DNA.
I mean, if I hadn't been awake 20 hours,
identification
yeah,
where Webb's blood was.
better,
We've proved all
Told you we still won. That's all that matters.
We could have won in 20 minutes, honestly, if he hadn't argued so much.
Yeah, but that was kind of
Why
on
would we
him. I
have
can't
anyway?
really stop him.
Yeah,
Is
I'm
what
be honest
throws
with you,
this out,
probably doesn't fucking exist.
The information,
Yeah.
like the only information we got, if I remember correctly, was just it wasn't pertinent shit. Like it was little rumblings. I don't even remember this homeless dude. I'll be like that's straight
No, I
up.
don't either.
And then on top of that, like this recording bullshit. Like I'm trying not to crash out, Sergeant. I'm trying.
So I'm going to tell you right now, I'm putting this forward to command, and from now on, anytime anybody is to interrogate anybody, I want like somebody there dedicated to transcribing, whether it be
Keeps you on your
court clerk or another officer. Doesn't matter to me, but the entire interrogation needs to be typed up and transcribed.
Yeah.
Period. If they're not available, don't interrogate them.
Yeah, the line of questioning wasn't even the reason that like he was officially arrested. It was the factual evidence that we collected, the DNA, everything else. That's why I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. I'll be dabbling in the mall compilations, getting them stores up. What's going on?
Yeah, you have to wait till after the trial.
I don't know. I just.
Yeah.
No, if it's I think if it's dismissed, it can be retried. But
They should, honestly, they should see it anyway.
I just feel like we can't use body cam footage as evidence. It's kind of like,
Yeah, this is the stuff that makes a trial fun.
Yeah.
Now it's exciting.
One of
Now
those
it's exciting.
gotcha moments.
it's not. It's a
Uh-oh.
mechanic moment, dude. It's like that's what it is.
Now I'm all ears perked. ready
Locked
to-
in.
Mm-hmm.
If the attorney didn't make note, if we didn't make note, if there's no note of it, like
I leaned off.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
He was gone.
Faye, thank you for the follow. Welcome in.
It was actually 6, and I saw the little girl still squirming.
Chad, I'm sorry if you guys are looking at me right now and I feel like I'm bringing a negative atmosphere. I'm fighting for my life right now.
How about that?
We'll reset in a second. I just need a moment to compile everything here.
I didn't even know what day it is. After you got done
Yeah. You know it's serious when it's taking this long.
That's what I was gonna say.
Like it's a matter of like
He's really.
how much do cops have to do? You know what I mean?
Pretty clear cut and dry.
It's hard to
I'm
fucking
guessing
arrest
that
somebody
they're probably
alone.
contending whether or not the officer did it intentionally or unintentionally or not
Whether or
realizing.
not intentional though, it's
See,
still.
and the catch is
Mhm.
if it's the evidence doesn't necessarily have to be favorable to the.
Yeah, but that's not right,
Yeah,
dude.
I
Like
mean, I know it
it's
should
it's
still be
like don't get me wrong, it shouldn't be
regardless,
easy
but
to
I don't know
lock
if
somebody
it's
up for
kinda-
fucking attempted first, but what like this is the
Push
story when you
anything.
feed. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I don't know what the answer is here. Like I don't know. If I want to
I don't
just
know
like
if they
ping
do that
chase, there's other
here,
servers to
but-
ping chase in.
but That's just one assumption I have.
Like the whole reason I did all of this CID shit on Dante was to make storylines out of it. And then if you get cucked on, off mechanics, then it's like,
Unless you have to
okay, dude.
prosecute
Mhm.
because it looks like it was done purposely.
all this effort
Yes,
just
that's probably
to
what
just
they're
to
trying
get
to
burnt
keep
on a
us from.
fucking.
Yeah, and when you sanction the prosecution
I mean, I
because
just
it looks
heard
like it's
someone
up to no
earlier
good,
say that we had him
Not
dead
fake.
twice.
or
Very much
it's made the
real.
case
It's a Hail Mary, but honestly, he might be
Uh,
I don't feel great. I don't feel fake.
it was
I need to
unfair
go to the hospital after this.
defense to
Jimbo, am I
the
real?
point of
I
when
starved
the,
for a little bit.
proper time to do
He
a
feels pretty real.
Yeah,
to me. I was also real.
blood sugar's like
to set up a proper defense.
might not be.
5.
You are
That's a
real.
sanction on the prosecution, which gives you the dismissal.
Yeah, I cut it close.
Mhm.
I'll be honest.
Like, don't get me.
Okay, well, it's Brady evidence.
Like, you look at, I don't know, it's the effort to me. It's the effort I poured into this, where literally I spent 2 weeks doing this.
That's what I said. That's what I.
Yes,
when I
pretty
was
strong
like-
emotion.
Has to
Yes.
decide
When I was
does
like,
this affect
you know, the interrogation
defense itself,
there was no
which I would
evidence to
argue,
it that builds, like, that goes to our
if I was a
case, so
defense
why would
attorney,
we submit it as evidence?
it
Hi,
is,
Aaron
even
Bryan.
if it's not favorable, because we could use it as impeachment evidence later.
I don't know, dude. Like
Yeah.
some bitch cop. Got
I'd say it'd
stabbed or
be very
something, now there's
imperative
court
because if he
case.
had someone with him, then that could have been his alibi, you know?
I'll be resuming court.
Judge is back from recess.
Could be me.
All right. So I kind of have a ruling on what's going on
Suspicion of
here.
prejudice.
And if both counsel will approach real quick, I kind of think I have a middle ground here.
I don't think it's going to be dismissal of prejudice. So.
I gotta agree. Imagine being a bitch and getting stabbed on the job. Sounds soft.
Don't be a cop.
True, what a fucking dog shit career path.
Barely even get paid. Sacrifice your life, imagine. I'm gonna waltz it.
I don't know.
This shit hurts. Rick, scoot over, bro. Scoot over, bro. I'll sit. Scoot over. I'll sit on your lap. Yeah, I'll just stay here. Is this seat open?
Yo, me first. If you're sitting on anybody's lap, it better be daddy.
What classifies a real grape?
That was the fucking point. Hey, look, if you want to herp with me,
What
just say
makes a
so.
grape real?
You know what I just thought about? You know what I just thought about?
Later's not a no.
Think about how I'm frustrated right now that mechanics are cucking me in a video game, right?
The city where I came from, there was never
Cops IRL arresting somebody going, "You're dead to fucking rights," and then and the prosecution just whiffing it, which they didn't do. Don't get me wrong.
Only to ask about the interrogation and nothing else. So while we could cross,
Carter and Bo have done a phenomenal job. I'm talking about mechanic, but like IRL, like the prosecution whiffing or the defense being really good. Dude, imagine how those cops feel. Yeah, that's like an IRL crash out right there. I couldn't imagine how I would feel as a cop being invested in a case, having somebody dead to fucking rights, like OJ, dude, like OJ. Like imagine being a cop that arrested him with like emotion into that arrest,
Before it was more.
and you watch him walk away, dude.
Okay.
Dude.
Did you guys hear
Yo,
that?
she's cooking back there with factual statement.
Said gunshots outside.
Reason number 415 why I would make a terrible cop. I'd be waiting in the parking lot.
Croc. I think they blew up his car.
I was just enjoying it.
Croc has a lot of people that
He has
don't
a
like
bushel
him.
of grapes.
I've learned.
yeah. So we can cross, but it has
Can't
to
imagine
be only
why.
about questions asked during the interrogation.
I mean, my
I
first
don't
client with him, I
believe I was
got
there, so
all
that
the
will be
charges
all
dropped.
you, and that's it. So
Okay.
I think I was there.
Shipley coming in with another 5 gifted. That's the reason I don't trust the system at all, yeah? Appreciate you, brother. You the man for real.
I can somehow only imagine what Croc would say.
Waiting in the hallway like, why, Gary? Why?
I hope you all burn.
This is the part where he spins the story to his client to come up with some total
a couple
bullshit to
people
say
are
in front of
prejudiced,
everybody so that they have to rule that we didn't investigate that other lead.
Not to worry,
He hasn't even ruled this was a Brady violation yet.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to sit there with Danny Face, be my guest.
Yeah, we do.
David does.
No, I think people
I
need to get
do.
better eyes.
You know what? I'm with David on this one. I do.
I'm not sure.
Sitting at 39.
Maybe the lawyer's discussing with his
Oh,
client
So
whatever
120
potential
planes, is that a lot?
deal might have been
Maybe
made.
they're doing a settlement deal. Hey.
It
We'll
might
see.
be, yeah.
I see David's for free.
Yo, she just ate that burger in one bite. Yo, yeah. Also on the other
Your Honor, may I approach with the client so you can explain to him what you just explained to us?
You may.
Oh god.
Have the opposing counsel
So
complete.
did everybody in the eye
Yeah,
patch,
that's
huh?
fine.
Did I miss a memo?
I might just be explaining it hard to him.
Yeah.
It's
Or,
not
or
this
you could
much
just put the
then.
sympathy patch
No,
on
it's
too.
not
If
this
you want.
Kind of didn't think it would be, but it would have been neat if it was.
I would have pushed for that. to be
Oh
honest.
hell yeah!
If I was defense, oh my,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
100%.
have stopped.
I would have pushed for that 100%.
Give 6
I would
out
have
of
said my
10.
client has said information in there that would have made him innocent in this case, and they've
Oh, yeah.
withheld
Uh-oh,
evidence
police,
where the
what?
purpose for or not shows either at worst gross negligence or at best
He's good. He's good.
malicious
That guy's
intent.
feet didn't lose his nose either.
Yeah. I wouldn't have stopped pushing for that.
Put a time limit on court. Tell me about it, KSO. Tell me about it, dude. This is fucking.
You will still be sworn in to make sure that anything said in that is
Somebody
the whole
already knew
truth.
that.
But beyond that,
Didn't do so
I think
well.
we're getting fucking bent over
Are they
sideways,
gonna
fucked
let him?
without dinner raw,
Why?
no lube.
Take
I
a
don't know,
stand.
I just feel like they are.
bailiff, can you please swear him in?
Yeah, I wish I could have heard what the defense was saying.
Mm-hmm.
The bench.
This has been going on so long. I'm already hungry.
Holy
Do
shit,
you
he's
swear
taking
to
this
say
down.
nothing but the truth?
Oh, that is.
And everything's gonna be truthful? Or what?
Fuck is this case?
I swear.
Oh, hey,
It's an
Are you
attempted
sure that
murder.
wasn't very... That was
Yes, I swear with my whole heart that I
Alright.
will say the truth and nothing but the truth.
Alright, sir, thank you.
Pull the Bible
Take a seat.
a brand violation. Should be dismissed.
So your question is.
Mr. Collins, you were brought in for interrogation to the PD
There was evidence
during the night of September 13th or February 13th. Jesus.
Here, let me move over for you.
in the
Objection. He's testifying. That wasn't a question.
in the recording allegedly.
No, I was
the
confirming his
defendant
whereabouts
said
on
something that may
February
may
13th.
have been able to help prove his innocence.
And confirming that he was in interrogation.
Video to
I'm gonna be
see
petty
if
now.
that's true.
I'll allow
yeah.
it because that
They
kind of
cannot
is the
find
whole
it.
reason he's up for your
Go ahead.
question. So
Well, maybe it wasn't actually recorded.
go ahead.
Well, it doesn't really matter.
Yes,
During
I
this
am.
interrogation that took place on February 13th,
Oh,
you were
well,
asked about
Yes.
your whereabouts during that case. During that
Well, see, that's the thing,
in that
all the
interrogation
sounds
for
you
your
said,
whereabouts of
yeah,
that
the
day.
prosecution were both. I think the prosecution.
Again, Your Honor, objection. He's not asking any questions. He's just
That
testifying.
was let open because we are confirming what was said during the investigation.
I mean, a question is, were you asked this? Were you here this day? Not
I'm
you
sorry,
were
I'll
doing
rephrase.
this.
Were you
Yeah.
asked this question during the interrogation of your whereabouts of that day, February 13th?
To the prosecution, which I don't
Yes.
have a clue if it would be or wouldn't.
Can you please state what you informed the officers during that investigation when you were asked that question?
Don't know why he's taking a stand though. This is
Yeah,
interesting.
I would definitely.
Yeah,
I
this
had
is
stated
crazy.
that I was meeting in the hills in Fudge, over by Fudge Lane, the oil fields, with a family member about some family business that had been going on.
Yep.
I'd also stated that I had been spending time with a hobo going through the trash and other things.
I genuinely I'm gonna have to I will go back in my VODs and rewatch that.
Before receiving a
I
call, from Ariel Andrews to go to
there you go.
Up and Adam for my second
more
interview.
Geeky face.
No, you fix yourself.
And what other lines of questioning did the officers ask you during that interrogation?
Yeah, that's Crocs, not mine.
I mean,
Yeah, join
To the best of your knowledge.
What?
So most of their questioning was regarding my whereabouts for the day. They also had thrown a hand in a bag in front of me. And I don't know if it was to entice me or what the case may have been, but just a few times as they were asking me just different questions. They actually pried into what I do in my personal time, like hunting. I did say yes, I enjoy hunting. I'm a big game hunter. I like to hunt bear. They asked me to go into detail on how I would hunt. I told them I'm not going to just give up trade secrets. It's one of the ways that I like to make money as well as farm.
That I remember.
Lori's going to be coming up with a business tax document. Okay, thank you for that. Now, you stated that you were with this homeless man. Can you please explain to us what you were doing with the homeless man?
Yeah, I mean, I like to just move around town after I do my farming.
You were
in
both
the
in
morning,
the interrogation.
and we were going through.
Yeah, we were.
You were in the
Just
Come
rummaging.
here, don't walk away.
See what we can
You were
find.
both in the
It's a good way to
interrogation,
just,
correct?
Yes.
pass the time.
And which one of you can
I don't
recall it
have
better?
a steady job.
Oh, I can't.
The only thing I can't remember is the homeless guy. That's literally.
Okay, I'm gonna recall Hillinghead as a rebuttal witness then.
Okay.
Let me cross him.
So
Oh, you want to
I'll
cross
always
him?
just kind of stay.
Hey, come here.
Stay busy.
I'm not talking about cross. I'm talking about a rebuttal witness.
And during this time, were you informed? Did you inform the police that?
You remember the interrogation?
Sorry, let me rephrase.
Not really.
During the
Dante,
questioning,
you do?
when
I mean,
police asked about your whereabouts, did you tell them what?
Not to me, it was mostly inconclusive. Like it was, I remember talking about him hunting. I remember him talking about Fudge in the interview.
It said that the phone had been used.
But everything else was, he was being advised that you don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that.
All right, 1 second.
As a just a way for other people to use phones if they don't have them while I'm giving taxi rides.
Because I have to decide if I'm either going to have you cross or call a rebuttal witness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Seems like
And do you have
very provoking.
roughly? Did you provide them with an estimated time of how long you were with that homeless man during that day?
I don't think we got down to how much time we had spent with them. I just know that it said we had spent time along the beach and then over in the south side before I went to have my family meeting.
All right, fuck it. We'll do cross.
Okay, and the PD didn't ask you anything further in regards to this. In regards to your activities with the man.
No, anytime I brought him up, they were like, "How can your phone be stolen? You have it in your possession." And I was like, I never said my phone was stolen. I just said other people use my phone.
And I'd also like to ask you, during this time, did they have a recording device active and going during the interrogation?
So the female officer that was there during the interrogation turned it off before we would have would turn it off when we would leave, or they'd leave the room for me and my lawyers to chat, and then she would come in and turn it back on before the interrogation. They'd even before start questioning be like, "Oh, gotta turn this on."
For aesthetic! It's for aesthetic!
I would like to object, though, Your Honor. I do believe that the recording is inadmissible, so I'd like to strike that from the statement.
How is it inadmissible?
I'm not gonna. I mean, the recording itself is inadmissible, but I mean, it just proves that you guys have some form of something that you could reference, put into notes.
Fuck, dude.
But it's noted at the very least that there was some form of recording going on, or note taking.
Oh fuck.
Right, cross examination.
No further questions.
Come on, Hillinghead. Let's see. Come on, Hillinghead. What you got for me, big boy?
How you doing, Mr. Collins? You remember me?
I do. It was a lovely couple of conversations we had there. You seem to know a little bit more about the book than I did.
The book? I'm sorry?
Yeah, you mentioned the most dangerous game
Oh, most
earlier.
dangerous game. Yes. Yes, I got you. Yes. So you were in the interrogation room as you were describing to your counsel, correct?
Yes.
So what other lines of questions did you not mention to him that police asked you about?
I do not recall it.
Did
has
police
been-
ask you? Did police ask you about your involvement in the attack on Mike Webb?
What was that? It was hard.
Did the police ask you in your involvement in the attack on Mike Webb?
Yeah, they did. Correct.
And what was your response to that?
If I recall, it was no.
Did you have counsel with you?
Yes, I did have counsel with me.
And at what points did you decide to remain silent? Do you remember those questions?
I believe it was right after that question.
It was right. So I asked the question, or one of the investigators in the room asked you about your involvement to Mike Webb, and you invoked your right to remain silent.
Yeah, I do believe that was the case. Yes.
Why did you then invoke your right to remain silent?
That does not go within what he was allowed to be asking.
Not
Well,
even
it's in the
that, you can't-
interrogation.
I mean, you can't ask that just in general in the court of law. The Fifth Amendment.
Sure.
He is protected right now.
So, Mr. Collins, during the interrogation, at any point did you help investigators identify why Mike Webb's blood was on your knife?
I did state that I allowed the homeless man to
Bullshit. That's perjury.
to eat some food.
No, he did not. No, he did not.
To eat some food?
Yeah, I believe he said he was going to use it to eat something. I don't.
No further questions.
All right. I'm assuming we don't need any redirect for that.
He didn't say anything about help the homeless guy eat
No,
some
Your
food.
Honor.
That's bullshit.
You may be seated again, Mr. Collins. Just know if you take the stand again, though, you will be waiving your Fifth Amendment from here. All right.
All right.
All right. Prosecution. I believe you had Mr.
I'm sorry, say again,
Hillinghead.
Your Honor.
I believe you had Mr. Hillinghead still on the stand.
Yes, I think that you were in the middle of cross, if I'm not mistaken.
You are still under oath, Mr. Hillinghead.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm having a bunch of headaches. Sorry.
You're good.
Hi.
Okay. Am I shouting? I just want to make sure I'm shouting because I
Yep.
can't tell right
I
now.
can hear you, yes.
Okay.
Walking on.
Alrighty. Let me look at the notes here regarding what we're where we left off.
This is a good court case. Look at the people watching it, dude.
Okay, and so I would like to go back to this knife here, and again, so the only thing that, and I'm sorry, I'm just trying to recall from my notes so that we can remember. The only thing that was ran on the knife in question was the DNA, and that it came
Objection
back-
asked and answered.
You're
I'll
correct.
answer it
You're
again.
correct. I'm just.
No, hold on.
It was for getting called back to where we were.
It's
previously.
been asked to both officers that were on the stand and answered both times.
Let's hold on a second. I'm going to ask you don't answer the question. I'm going to have him restate the question, and then I'll make a ruling on that objection, all right? Because I want to hear what the full question is before we object to ask and answer, because there might be more to it than we see.
The question is, it's going back as this was a new witness. Officer Hillinghead, did you run fingerprints on the knife? That is where the question was going. I'm sorry, it was a roundabout question.
That's the
I was
answer.
trying to
Again,
refer to my notes.
Sustain that objection because I believe that was asked already to Officer Hillinghead.
I don't believe I've asked him about him running fingerprints.
You did.
I mean, he's saying he's willing to answer it, so.
It was stated that We only ran it for the DNA multiple times.
Yeah, agreed. But I mean, Officer Hillinghead's willing to answer it, so
You're fucking.
So yeah, I mean, the
sake of
realist,
insanity will allow it.
the answer is that the DNA result from the blood is what was given back to the officers from the lab. I cannot tell you, as I am not a lab tech, what happened with the knife in that lab. But all I know is that we got the DNA results matching the blood on the blade of the knife to my.
And Officer Hillinghead, given during the interrogation where it was stated that my client was with another individual, did officers at any point in time attempt to locate said individual in order to confirm my client's alibi and to confirm what he said?
The investigator, I don't believe so, as we had the knife with the blood and the phone belonging to Clay Collins in Clay Collins' pocket, along with the knife, as well as the statements he had made earlier in the day, the bull mask. It was just kind of a preponderance of evidence type thing.
So even given that my client had stated that
Even given that your client had stated that he had a fucking homeless man in his car, we had a knife, the phone, statements, the mask, the note, the fucking everything else.
to attempt to locate
Actually,
the other
let me
individual.
correct my statement. Yes, there was an attempt made when we repeatedly asked your client to help us with any information regarding this homeless individual. They couldn't substantiate, you're jogging my memory now, they couldn't substantiate anything that would help us with our investigation. So when you're investigating a crime and somebody says, no, it was Jim over there, or it was that homeless person I saw earlier today, and they substantiate any information to go alongside of it, you've got to go with the facts you have in evidence. And those facts were, we had a knife with Mike Webb's blood on it in your client Clay Collins' pocket, as well as a phone with a number registered to Clay Collins that had been reaching out to Dante Valentino over the course of 2 weeks, much to do with his investigation, and more specifically with information pertinent to Mike Webb's attack that day, up to and including a room where Mike Webb's blood was found with an ominous message.
Okay, but it was stated by my client that during the interrogation he was with this said homeless man, and instead of pursuing anyone else,
How do you pursue somebody you don't know, brother?
Objection asked and
So in
answered.
the city of
Objection asked and answered. He already stated that they attempted in interrogation to get more information in regards to the individual, and your client did not answer.
But they only attempted during the interrogation. There has not been anything further by the LSPD in any efforts to try to locate this other individual, and instead pursued
Mr. Rivera, could you go find that tree for me?
Or am I supposed to go
Just that tree?
violate the
Can you
rights
go?
of every suspected
Hold on.
homeless man?
Hold on.
That's
Bo.
the point here, is that on multiple occasions we have found that the LSPD did not even provide or do due diligence on multiple occasions.
You're missing what I'm saying here, Mr. Rivera. We can't identify somebody or question somebody when there's no information given about somebody. If in fact that this individual gives your client an alibi, you would assume that your client would be willing to give information to clear his own name.
But it's also convenient that all of a sudden Hillinghead has now remembered that question.
I'm gonna stop that. The objection was asked and answered. I'm gonna overrule that because it was not asked and answered. I'm gonna need a quick second because the magistrate here needed to tell me something. All right, we're gonna take a brief recess for this because apparently there's a message
Fuck's
from the mayor.
sakes, man!
All right, whoever that was, give them $1,000 contempt charge, please.
Who was it? Who said it?
Wasn't me.
Who said it?
So the mayor can just interrupt the fucking court case now?
You want contempt on this guy too? Or what?
Oh yeah, look.
Hey everybody.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's quiet now, huh? No one wants
I
to
understand that I'm
now.
sure everybody here could stand up and use a quick good gritty. I heard this shit's been going on for about 2 hours now. get the blood flowing again, get the emotions subside a little bit. I understand it is a big case, right? I'm here to clear up misconceptions. It has been a plague that has been going around through word of mouth and games of telephone.
Oh, I didn't even know.
So,
Oh my, you gotta put it
point one. The only two established business owners within the entire city are Mr. Kevin and Zakid Skangerton. That was part of the executive order to get food back to the people because of the famine issue.
What the fuck is
Are we
this?
really
Are we
pausing a
fucking serious?
Murder trial.
All of the new businesses opening are only managers. They are not owners. Any person that has been working at a business at the highest level are only managers. Point three. The issues that arose last time is lack of communication towards these specific situations. Myself, my deputy mayor, and council president Bobby Porter, as well as Colt Cassidy, are now splitting that issue between each one of us being points of contact for these businesses. No one owns anything yet. We're trying to find the right one. If you could share that to all of your friends who keep going around saying, well, so-and-so owns this and so-and-so owns that, that would be great. I'm tired of it. Thank you.
Mr. Anderson, did you have permission from the commissioner to come and give this today?
Yeah.
Can I?
You had the permission to come interrupt the fucking courtroom for this.
I went ahead and I asked
He
the
did it-
magistrate if
did
they
it
could
during
ask
my
the
trial,
presiding
too.
judge if it was okay to take 2 seconds.
Bailiff,
to get
arrest
this out.
Mr. Anderson for obstruction of justice.
Oh
This is
my
absurd.
god!
I believe the judge called a recess, so what am I obstructing?
Well, I mean, I was told this was for an emergency.
The hell?
Yeah, that was fucking
Briefcase.
bullshit. You could have used another courtroom for this.
Okay, I also asked for
Yeah,
a recess,
that's
and he
not
said
good.
recess. You want to take me to court? Do it. I'll pro say it and take
Okay.
you down.
Just to clear a few things while the mayor gets arrested for some weird reason.
Please do.
To be clear, the people that were chasing out his business, they are going to own the businesses. Just to be clear, everyone that has and owns a business, they own it. The managers will come to own it, and it's going to be big in the council purview. They're voting on everything, so we are taking our steps to make sure that we do not repeat the mistakes of our forefathers, to say the least. So, also, can we avoid?
Oh, not much,
avoid
man.
arrest,
I'm just,
Mayor?
you know, getting a break from your regular scheduled programming so that we can fucking.
Well, his choice.
Come back up here for a second, man.
But
Interrupted a
ju-
murder
we just
trial
want to be
for
really
this?
clear.
Yeah,
that
just to,
that is the
you know,
path
announce
that we're trying to
business
take
owner.
here to make it as fair as possible.
Yeah, makes
So
sense.
Yeah. You
we
know,
plan to
you know
have
us.
everything decided within the next week for the outsourcing businesses, and if some of them are even necessary. So we're working on it. I'm working with the council, and they've had lots.
Hey, you
want
wanna go push me on a swing set?
Them for taking on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Yeah, I know. This is a fucking.
Also,
Okay.
if you've seen Nash Masterson, we're still looking for him. We don't know where the fuck he is. So,
Dead.
thank you.
Is there a reward?
Is everyone here to resume?
This kind of flabbergasted.
There's not a reward
I'm
yet,
ready to.
but there could be. Oh, also another point that we forgot, because I think the mayor was getting arrested. Business regulations. Those are debatable with the council, and we have not solidified them firmly yet. Just to be clear,
Does this also apply to the realtor?
it's on
things as
recess.
well?
Let's get this going.
Yeah.
Stick around if you
Okay.
want.
You were making such a good point. You were on fire. Get back there, baby. Anger.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me. I need to.
Let's make them L famous, all right?
Okay.
5
So,
seconds till the next
did we
episode.
get to clarify on the attempted identifying of the homeless man? That's the last thing I have in my notes here.
I
we were in the
objected
middle of
and-
arguing. Yeah, you were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I overruled that objection.
Yeah.
Because it was a different
Okay, so-
question that's been asked before. So
Ask me the question again, sir.
Okay. Did the LSPD and yourselves make any attempt to identify this homeless man that you? And I want to clarify. Hold on. Let me backtrack this. Did the LSPD make any attempt to identify this man that was stated several times by my client during interrogation?
Like I previously stated, I'll just refresh everybody. Yeah, we did. We asked your client to kind of substantiate, give us a little bit more information about this homeless person because it's a big city, and we can't just go around like. I know a pack of homeless people personally, So I can't just
A heart, if you will, a heart of homeless people.
Not enough to go on clothing and marking. I mean, we had no substantiating information to then go with. So there, yeah, no, I mean, we really, I mean, we couldn't unless we found the one homeless man who was willing to be so honest in the city that they would just say, "Excuse me, officers, I stabbed that cop, and I slit his throat." What, you find me a homeless man that honest, you probably wouldn't be homeless, right?
And I would also like to ask you during this time, during the interrogation, did you state to my client and ask multiple times about his phone being stolen?
Sir.
Oh yes,
I'm referring to his phone as being stolen.
I'm gonna need you to remove yourself from this section. This is for law enforcement and emergency
your
services.
client actually, when we were asking him about the phone, we said, you know, found this phone in your pocket. Can you explain it? Blah blah blah.
It's not
And
that
he
you're in
goes,
the
yeah,
way,
it's one of my.
just-
He
It
affirmed
paints
it
the
to
wrong
be one of
picture
his
for people who
phones,
know
which,
that
okay,
to be
we
the
knew
case.
that.
They may think that you are
We
a
then
law
asked him to
enforcer
substantiate
or
information
an
in and
emergency
around the
service
text
worker.
messages
Oh, I
and the
see what's going
location,
on.
So we
with,
could just hop the railing radio
now,
and
mind you,
go
there's
back
two
to the
separate
general
text
seating, it'd be
messages,
much
two different
appreciated.
times. The one where he's on the beach, and then the one
You're so
with
many
the
good
thing on the
clowns,
south
man.
side.
Jeez, just like the rest of
The one on
force.
the thing on the beach, he substantiated his head, but now he tells us that the phone was stolen at one point. So it wasn't the homeless person; it was a stolen phone. And so we, you know, kind of entertained it for a moment. We go, "Okay, yeah, your phone was stolen," and he goes, "Yeah, so that's how you guys got those messages," and just kind of left it there. And we go, "Okay, so that doesn't explain why you have it on your person now. You tell me the guy stole your phone, then came and returned it to you." He goes, "Yeah, he must." I mean, it was really just a weird end, you know, weird means to an end to a line of questioning. So it really wasn't anything worth, you know, kind of looking into. Again, the lack of substantiation on any of the evidence or any information you've given.
But Officer Hillinghead, did my client actually refer to it as being stolen?
Yeah, at one time, well, he tried to tell us it was stolen from him, and that was when we let him explain to us, okay, when was it stolen? And he goes, "Oh, you know, sometime earlier today." And okay, cool. And then, yeah, that's why. And then exactly like I'm telling you, that's it. And he goes, "Yeah, that's probably maybe why you guys got those messages." And then we go, "Okay, so then why did we find it on your person?" Again, we had to like kind of. It was almost like we had to remind him that we found it on him. You know what I mean? I was like, "No, but you had it. Like, so can you explain to me how it got back to you? If you can explain to me that it's stolen, then you can explain to me that how it got back to your person." And he had no answer for that.
I would also like to state that the state that you can go and get your SIM card. Each phone is outfitted with a SIM card, and you actually can go and get your SIM card back and resume using the same phone number that you had previously. Are you aware of that?
I didn't know that.
Okay. No further questions at this time, Your Honor.
Any redirect?
Fabulous brain dead mechanic. If you lose your phone, you should lose your phone. Like,
so during the interrogation with Mr. Collins, what was his demeanor like?
Fervent and evasive.
Fervent and evasive. Okay.
Yeah, just kind of like he didn't want to answer questions. He was kind of leaning on his attorneys. Let me. Okay, so I've been an officer for a while. I've interrogated a lot of suspects, and it's normal for a suspect when they have a lawyer around to just lean on that attorney, as Mr. Collins was doing. Now, what was interesting to me and something I had noted was that the only time he wouldn't refer to his attorneys was when he would just break out and start giving us these statements like, "It was the homeless man," or "My phone was stolen." Those questions, those statements never needed clarification from his attorney.
Okay.
He would make them comfortably.
And how long have you been an officer?
Objection. Relevance to this case?
I'm gonna have to ask your rebuttal to that, ADA.
I'm going to paint a picture of how many interrogations he has done and then pose a question from there.
Are you introducing him as an expert, or trying to introduce him as an expert?
No, but it's within his line of duties as a police officer.
I'm gonna sustain that objection then. You're not trying to.
Okay. From your experience as a officer during interrogations,
The same question.
It's
Your
not.
Honor.
I didn't even finish. I didn't even finish the question.
Let him finish the question, then you can object. Give it a second before you answer.
From your experience as an officer, if somebody has an alibi, do they usually give that up?
Oh yeah, yeah. If they're not guilty of a crime, they have an alibi, and that alibi can be substantiated with more information. Yeah, they absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so as stated previously, Mr. Collins says his alibi is the homeless man. When asked about it, did he give any name or any description or really anything at all about this individual?
No, he just kept referring to him as a homeless man. We couldn't get any kind of other information from him. It was just all generalized information that could be made up about anybody.
Well, if that's his alibi, why do you think he wouldn't give information about it?
He's testifying for the witness now.
I do agree to that. Sustained objection. Can you rephrase your question, please?
Why do you think he would not give any information about the individual?
Because it was a fictitious story. If you try to give information,
Calls for
about...
speculation, Your Honor. That question literally calls for speculation.
I do agree with that one as well. I'm gonna have to sustain that. Can you rephrase your question again?
Okay. No, withdrawn. When asked about the phone,
OJ Collins,
you had said that he said it was stolen.
Wait,
is that correct?
Leading the witness, Your Honor.
Did you say that did he say in interrogation?
88 Carter. He objected.
G502. I found my F.
I didn't
hear the objection. I just heard words.
Okay, so go ahead and rephrase then.
Did he state that his phone was stolen?
He did, yes.
Okay, and did he have the phone on his person?
He did, yes.
Did we ask how he got the phone back or when he got the phone back?
We did.
And what was his answer?
He couldn't substantiate any information. Wow. He couldn't substantiate any information as to how he would have gotten it back.
I mean, what was his answer?
Sorry, I need to do this or something terrible is going to happen. His answer was such that he didn't know how it got back into his possession if it was stolen.
Objection, Your Honor. I stated this previously right before I ended my line of questioning about getting a SIM card.
Potentially. He didn't say that.
The thing is, he didn't say that his SIM card, he replaced his SIM card. He said that his phone was stolen, and as he said in interrogation, that the phone, he just magically found it again. He never said that.
Russo's the fucking, he's the dog, dude. Russo's a dog, dude. That's my dog right there. A little slime, dude.
So the SIM card stuff is hearsay. It's irrelevant.
I'm gonna overrule the objection and allow the question.
Okay, so
Sorry,
can you
what was
please
the
answer?
question?
How did he answer? What was his answer when you asked him about how he got the phone back?
Oh, he couldn't substantiate an answer. He had no idea. He just, I don't know how it got back into my possession.
Okay, no further questions.
You may step down.
SIM card is, well.
I'm gonna ask the prosecution, do you have another witness? And if so,
Not in the way he phrased it, because it's a fact.
I do not have another witness. No.
All right, perfect. And then defense. Before we do that, do you have any evidence that you need highlighted before we continue on?
I would just like what we've already pointed out is that there has been there's no statements regarding this interrogation that had took place. There was no fingerprints that were ran for the knife, and there is nothing that corroborates that the LSPD did anything to locate this other individual. Those are my highlights.
He's trying to paint this fucking ambiguous homeless guy that couldn't be substantiated. Literally a ghost as the motherfucker who did it.
I'm gonna need to go honor this a bit more. Actually, wait, we still have closings. I'm an idiot.
Yes, sir. Your Honor.
Do you guys need time to prep some closings, or?
It doesn't matter to me.
No, I do not need time.
All right, let's get to closings then. Start with prosecution.
All right, Your Honor and people of the court. It's really quite simple. Today we proved to you that Mr. Collins was the one that sent the text messages that gave the location where Officer Webb's DNA was found. We proved to you that Mr. Collins had the attempted murder weapon on his possession, which is backed by the lab confirming the DNA of Officer Webb. And in addition, we proved to you that when in interrogation, that regardless of recording or not, Mr. Webb or Mr. Collins could not formulate really any response proving his innocence. The evidence is overwhelming, and we do ask that the court finds him guilty of all charges.
Defense.
Your Honor and the esteemed people of the court.
With my
We've
backwards
heard
baseball
sides
cap
from
on.
the prosecution, we've heard sides from
What's up, sandwich?
From the defense. It has been clear that the LSPD has been negligent in several parts of this case.
Oh.
They have not provided evidence, and they have withheld stuff, even by their own statement, that there is evidence that they did not feel that they needed to provide.
Brother.
They have another suspect out there that they did not even bother to investigate before
couldn't.
bringing this straight to court.
We
for my client.
couldn't. We couldn't do it.
They did not fully run the knife. The only thing that they have
You can't,
is that
bro. If I'm
DNA,
losing this,
it was the Officer Webb's
word
DNA
to
on
my
the
mother.
knife.
Word to my mother.
Knives change hands
If
very
I
daily.
lose this
The knife
based
came back to
on
him.
mechanics I
The
don't
knife came back
have,
to him with only his
word to my
fingerprints,
mother.
it would be one thing.
Word to my
But
dogs.
They did not even attempt that.
I'm coming back and airing this motherfucker out. I'll be with Tony on fucking Tuesday, dude. I'll be with Tony on Tuesday in prison.
Stated that his phone was stolen, but it has never been stated as such by my client. If they had the notes from the interrogation, they would know that. My client has stated that he was with an individual the entire time leading up to Mike Webb's attack.
You can't substantiate it. Where is this guy?
prosecution
Where is he?
Did not even attempt to locate that individual.
We did in questioning,
They have
apparently.
since had conflicting statements.
I still don't remember
Officer
that
Valentino
conversation.
And Hilligard on events
Hilligard.
that transpired that day.
Motherfucker doesn't even know his name.
Officer Hilligard states that they had a conversation with Clay at the Grapeseed clothing store. Officer Valentino states that he only witnessed him changing in there and did not approach him. There are major
That's not what I stated.
inconsistencies with the prosecution during this case, and it is my belief, and is the belief of this court, that they have not been able to prove without a shadow of a doubt that my client is guilty. I urge you to come back with a not guilty verdict. That is all. Thank you.
All right, I appreciate both of you. I'm gonna take a couple minutes. I need to review my notes and go from there. All right.
I don't like that. When I try to sit down, I walk all the way.
Sloppy ass cops, man. Do your job.
Hey, my name is Helen Head, brother.
Hey, you're looking a little bit famished here, Val.
I'm afraid for what I may do. I'm afraid for myself. I'm afraid for those around me. I ask that I be disarmed.
Yeah.
And held in contempt prior to. Here you go. You need to hold on to this.
Okay.
Okay. You need to hold on to this.
Jesus Christ. Man.
Okay.
Good lord. Good lord. Be careful out there.
Okay, you just hold on to those for me, okay?
Give them a sock and see what happens.
Little baby wiener. Baby wiener.
What did he say?
Why a sock?
That's a weird thing to only hear that. Yeah, for sure.
It's funny to me. They didn't even have notes on what questions were asked in interrogation, but yeah, it's still bringing up points.
I've given you a piece of clothing. You're now free.
What does that mean?
Damn, that's mad disrespect.
That's fucked. That's fucked.
Holy shit, somebody get that last oil change.
What the fuck?
What?
Somebody get some WD-40 for him.
Oh.
Hey, sir, could you put that knife away, please? And the sword off your back.
Yes, sir. No swords in the.
Who's saying that?
No swords in here. You gotta put that up. Put it up.
I take it back. I'm okay with being a danger to everybody around me. Give me a second here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
If he comes back, I gotta take a nap real quick.
How you feeling about this?
I feel like business is
Oh,
now more
okay. Put
important
your
than
taser in your
cops'
pocket.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Hey, when did I state that we never had a conversation with that guy in Grapeseed?
You didn't.
Okay, so how the fuck did that all of a sudden?
I have no idea.
He's trying to
I have no idea.
some ghost, but had no information to assist in locating said ghost.
When did I say
He just
that
said
I
a homeless
didn't?
guy did.
Man,
Go ahead,
my chin
sorry.
dimple's really pronounced.
Yeah, all he has is homeless guy did it,
Huh?
and then has nothing to
Chin
back up,
dimple's
nothing to
really
point out
pronounced
who, no
Hey,
name, no
sure is.
description.
Yeah, cute.
nothing.
Look like,
I could say
Did you
yeah,
like
you
my,
know.
Did you like my saying to the opposing counsel? Yeah, Mr. Rivera, please go find me that specific tree.
That was good. That was good. Yeah, I like the part
It's
where.
the fucking same shit he's saying. Like,
Where did I state that I had only seen him? I did not converse with him. Where did I state that?
Oh,
I have no fucking idea.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Let me
at
be
this
honest.
point.
After the interruption, all my
I don't
recollection
even
was
know
so
who
fucking
you
pieces
are.
going
Why are
out the
you
window.
talking to me like this?
Yeah,
He
that's
says,
still.
"I'm
I don't know.
Mills."
I'm never going to court again. If I.
Okay, Tony fucking Mills. I'm Allie fucking.
This is. I don't know. It is what it is. Fuck it, right?
He got this.
Yeah, it kind of blew my mind when Anderson set up and
Oh, sick.
Well,
like, okay, I guess I'll take the stand.
My car's gone.
Talking about the murder.
The fact people can find bombs. Ooh.
Oh.
Another one.
There goes Athena's car.
Right.
My car's parked. I'm good. Back in the garage.
Well, there is landmines outside, so.
that scared the living fuck out of me.
Mopeds.
It scared him right off my damn chest. What the fuck was that?
Hello, you got that jumping nipple condition?
The
mopeds
are like Jesus Christ.
They are landmines.
I never been so puckered in my life. Look, shit, y'all turn your eyes away. You hear a series of animal noises.
And it wasn't an
Don't
emergency.
just
Pasties.
My moped, well, Sky's
What was?
moped,
No, I
with
said
me on
everybody
it
else
because
in
I
here
tapped the car. Tap. I'm talking like barely hit.
Look, how about you hold them on yourself for me, Gabe?
Man, how are you?
I'm trying to get up in those slippers with you. It's fucking angry. Look, hold on.
I mean,
Yeah, seriously.
Come on. We've been in court for like fucking 2.5 hours now.
Yo, what's up, baby?
Nothing that would help our investment.
Yeah, I will next time.
For him. Oh, maybe a homeless guy did it. Some random fucking hobo that we have no idea who he is, where he is, or anything. Meanwhile, everything else points to this guy.
Yeah, and that homeless guy had all of this stuff on him to attack Mike Webb, including the phone, and it was all stolen from me, unbeknownst to me.
And then he gave it back to me somehow. Some way.
I don't know.
Can I get a fingerprint duster? For future reference?
Let me get some chalk.
I'm just gonna run around with a fucking camcorder.